is 7, and as much as possible, we want to make sure that this call does not exceed an hour, except for if a lot of us are going to be asking a lot of questions. Okay, that is when we may be exceeding 1 hour, but ideally we will be trying our best to make sure that we don't exceed an hour. All right, so that is one of the very, very important things that I am going to be doing to ensure that we all are on the same page. So right now we have about 9 of us because I'm joining in from 2 different devices, and just trying to make sure that I am in sync, and I'm flowing with everyone, right? So welcome everyone once again, and it's my pleasure to be your host tonight. So we're going to kick straight into the conversation, and I'm going to be presenting my slides because I don't believe in we delaying for too long. Okay, so yeah, my slide is up, and as promised, we're going to be looking at how you can start your education consulting business. It is as apt, it is as direct, it is as straightforward as possible. And for those that will be catching the replay, please remember to comment, to like, to share, and to subscribe this video because it's absolutely free. So let's dive straight into what I have for us today. So yes, I don't usually like to assume. Please mute your mic. You may want to mute your mic. Thank you so much, so that we could hear ourselves better. So who am I and why should you listen to me? I know a couple of us saw the posters, a couple of us saw the videos this morning. So I am Dr. Toyin Samemehelu, and I'm a global competent, seasoned educator, education consultant. I'm a certified leadership coach and mentor and business leader. I'm the visionary founder at Coreskills Transformational Academy Limited. I have my doctorate in education planning and management from Prowess University in the United States of America. I'm a certified business consultant from the School of Consulting, United Kingdom. What else about me? So yes, I am also privileged to, so just give me a minute. I need to admit some people in so that we don't get a delay on this. All right, so yeah, I think I'm going to make do with this, my mini, what's it called? My mini screen. So yes, I am, like I said, a certified business consultant from the School of Consulting. And of course, one beautiful thing about me also is that I am also a fellow at the Chartered Institute of Mentoring and Coaching Nigeria, the International Management Consultant, and the Pan-African Consultants Association. I am also a fellow and also a mentor at Teach for Nigeria. Okay, not just Teach for Nigeria. I'm not only just a mentor with Teach for Nigeria, also with MasterCard Foundation, and just recently, Tony Elumelu Foundation, right? And I'm also the education team lead at the Pistis Life and Leadership Institute. And aside from that, I'm an author of 28 books, and I have 6 in print. All my other books are in other e-copies, to be precise. Okay, so it's my pleasure to have all of you here. I mean, I'm just super excited. So this is the first book I wrote, Personal Leadership for Educators. That is Educators Guide for Personal and Professional Makeover. Okay. Aside from that, I have the second book that I wrote, The School Leaders Toolkit, okay? And it's also the timeless code for new and established school leaders. I have core skills in mentoring, and it says that, this book basically talks about what you need to know about mentoring opportunities, whether you are a mentor or a mentee, irrespective of whatever position you have. And yes, this is a book that encapsulates most of what I'm going to be talking about tonight, which is the Education Consultancy Blueprint, a guide to get you started, established, and flourished as an education consultant. And this book was forwarded by the former Commissioner for Education in Lagos State, that is Mrs. Folashade Adefisayo. So great, great, great. And then, of course, we have The Middle Leadership Unveiled. This is one of the books I wrote just last year, because I've come to discover that a lot of middle leaders in a lot of organizations actually have challenges trying to balance their roles and balance who they are, their roles, and effectively leading from the middle. Okay, then I have Build Your Coaching and Mentoring Empire, right? And this is about if you are already a coach or a mentor and you need to monetize it, or peradventure you have been coaching and mentoring people for free and you don't know that it is one of the most thriving businesses. I mean, the coaching industry is one of the highest thriving businesses cutting across the entire region that we have right now in the world. So it's great to have everyone on the call, and I must really say a very big thank you to everyone. Okay, it's been a huge privilege being your host, and I can't but say a very big thank you to every one of you for deciding to join the call tonight. So, education consulting is a serious business. It is something that you cannot afford to overlook. I know a lot of us have been training, a lot of us have been doing stuff, but the truth still remains that um, to really be an education consultant, you have to know a lot more than what you already know. So yesterday evening, for those that are just joining the group, I sent a write-up about 10 myths, of education consulting, what people think that education consulting is, and how they can then make the best use of it, knowing fully well that they can, make the best of whatever it is that they are doing as an education consultant. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to be shooting, since most of us already know who I am. Now, what we will be learning today, this is very important. We will be learning, I'm showing us about introduction, and then we'll be engaging in the chat session. Is it that I hope my screen is still showing. Can you still see my screen? I doubt it. Okay, it's not showing on this end. So I'm going to stop sharing and then I'm going to share again. Okay. I'm actually logging in with two devices to ensure that everything is going on well. So one thing also about being an education consultant is that you must be very, very technologically inclined, right? Yeah. So yes, my screen is back. Thanks, everyone. All right, so we're going to be looking at an introduction. We're going to be looking at what exactly is consulting. What exactly is education consulting? We're going to be trying to see how that also comes to play, okay? And it's very important to also begin to look very keenly at the keys to consider before starting. How can you market your education consulting practice? And then, of course, on that note, we will be wrapping up for the session. Okay. So So let's move it on. Let's move it on. Let's take it to the next level. All right. So the introduction. What is consulting? What is education consulting? Now, I want to see the chat box, Bosley. What is consulting? What do you think consulting is? What do you think education consulting is? Because of our time, I just want us to use the chats and be sure my eyes are on the chat right now, checking in to read all our messages. What exactly do you think consulting is? What exactly do you think education consulting is? Just use the chat. I want to see us type in there, right? I want to see us type in there what exactly, is education consulting, what is consulting. So you could choose to define any of the two, depending. So type in, I want to see your message. Type in quickly, 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 quickly. What do you think consulting is? What do you think education consulting is? Right? So I don't believe in just talking to people. Once I get 2 responses, I think we are good. So we are about 30 of us on this call. Amazing. And so that means that I already have some established education consultants. Some people are coming on. So I want to see the chat box, Bosley. What do you think is consulting? And what do you think is education consulting? 2 different aspects. One is niche based and the other one is broader. Okay, so I want to start seeing your messages. Okay, I'm going to be calling names that I can see here. Oh, fantastic. Thank you so much. Toyin, my namesake, says that consulting means sharing expertise in a manner in exchange for a fee. Ha ha, you fear definition. Okay, she says standing as a mediator to preferring solutions where there is a problem. Amazing. Sylvester says providing invaluable solutions to organizations' challenges in education. The solution has to do with schools. Beautiful. Moturaya says consulting is the practice of providing expert advice and guidance to organizations or individuals on a specific area of expertise. Blessing Nobilo says, in my view, educational consulting is the practice of guiding teachers, school owners, and other stakeholders in the appropriate things to do as a result of experience and knowledge gathered over time. Wow. Almost says consulting means giving advice to an expert in your area. Wow. Osioma says consulting is being a teacher's teacher. Like you guys are amazing. I'm loving this. Okay, you guys are amazing. Good job, everyone. Well, let us be going home. Should we start going home? If you want us to start going home, start laughing. Give me the laughing icon. If you want us to go, but if you don't want us to go, give me the heart reaction. Okay. Uche says consulting is the art of providing. You don't want us to go. Uche says consulting is the art of providing guidance, training, and retraining to people. Education consultancy is providing guidance, solutions, and building synergy with school owners to enhance and build a better brand. Wow. Esther says education consulting is a way of providing solutions to schools, teachers, and students to impact the educational sector. Amazing. Wow. Okay, so everybody's giving me the heart emoji. You don't want to go. Okay, no problem. Wonderful, guys. Wonderful, wonderful. This is amazing. Okay, so let's move on. Amazing. Okay, so really, all our answers are absolutely correct. And that's just the truth. But guess what? Consulting is basically helping to diagnose problem and providing support and guidance to the person having the problem in such a way that both you and the person have a part to play in preferring the solution. Isn't that simple? Yes, very simple. Now, The next thing is education consulting is bringing this whole thing that I've shared into the context of education, which we know spans across every stakeholder, from the child to the teachers, to the caregivers, to the support staff, to the school leaders, to school owner, to school leader, to the government, to zonal education districts, to philanthropists, to people generally interested in education, to, policy makers. So, it's basically being able to identify, because sometimes if you are really a consultant, people will come to you and they will tell you this is what the problem is. But as an education consultant, you must be able to diagnose, right? So I'm going to be giving an example like a medical doctor. How many of us so you let me know if what I'm saying is true. When you go to the hospital, you now tell the doctor, this is a problem I'm having. So doctor, you are going to write drugs for me, or you are going to run tests for me based on this problem. If you are the kind of person, type yes. If you are the kind of person, say no. It has you woke up, you carry your body, you went to the doctor and say, oh, doctor, this is the kind of problem I'm having. And because I know this is the problem I'm having, you are going to diagnose. I mean, I've diagnosed myself. You don't need to do that for me. You're going to give me drugs. You're going to test me. None of us will ever do that. We will never do that. Why? Because we know that the doctor is the professional. So your capacity to be able to diagnose problems, whether in the education setting or whichever area that you are consulting. So for example, I'm an education, leadership, and business consultant. But yes, my root is still in education, because that is where I've spent 27 years of my life. Training, teaching, upgrading, getting better. And right now, I have been able to move my consulting practice across, different countries. You is, what problem can you solve for others? I want you to start thinking about it. In fact, if you can start writing it down in your notepad, that will go a long way. So now, the truth is, every market is saturated, whether you like it or not. And it is very, very important that you learn to differentiate your consulting business. Am I the only education consultant in Nigeria? Type in the comment section. Is Dr. Toyin the only education consultant in Nigeria? Type. No, thank you. No, the truth is that some of you just got to know about me, isn't it? Yes, Esther, I'm not the only. Ude, yes. Musrayo, no, she isn't. Blessing, no. This is your man up. And for us to have over 100 and something people join the WhatsApp group, running to almost 200. Yes, Jude. And on this call, we are over 30. That's to tell us that we never start, we just start. So what that simply means, there plenty. So that's why I said, no. Tonight, I'm going to be teaching you how to differentiate your consulting business. Whether you have started, whether you are planning to start, or whether you are going to make me be your mentor, train you. I've been consulting since 2012, right? I have some of my mentees here already, and some of them will be sharing, their experience in being part of the mentoring program. Okay. So how do you differentiate your consulting business? Very simple and straightforward. The acronym SHARP. If you can hear me and you're following, type SHARP in the comment section. SHARP. Please, if you're not going to get anything from this session, you see this particular thing I'm sharing with you is the secret. If you see me doing anything differently, you're like, this Dr. Toy, she's just in a class of her own. If you know I'm in a class of my own, type yes in the comments. You say, this woman, our own is too, she's just giving us wuto from front to back, from back to front. They say, what is it? Too much sauce. Christopher say yes. Blessing say yes. I've always known this. Okay, so you say yes. Yes. My two Ogechi. Sharp, yes. I'm not tired. Sharp, yes. But what is it? This woman, she will not allow us breathe. As in, what is just this thing about her? Yeah, Solayemi. And that is why when I made this call, we all jumped on it. Now, the reason is because I am sharp. You all know Dr. Toyin is sharp. Now, I'm going to tell you why I'm sharp. Number one is that I provide specialized solutions. So rather than being a generalist, I'm a specialist. I have a niche and I am obsessively dominating it. Guys, you know that. So what am I saying in essence? For example, the Education Consultant Certification Program is such a unique brainchild. I've seen some consultants, they want to copy it. But guess what? Going to the next one, it is hard to copy. So don't do the things every other person is doing. Please, I'm begging you, I'm speaking with every passion in my heart because that is something I see people do. Oh, today you are doing Jolly Phonics, tomorrow you are doing. So you must be able to realize that you must do something specialized and you must come up with solutions that are hard to copy. You develop framework, tools, design that are unique to your brand and target audience. I used to say, not everybody's my target audience. Right. Yes. When I started, and I didn't start free like that. So yes, I did some free trainings, but I just started, charging. But right now I'm a premium consultant, and that's just the truth. So why? Because I've been able to, over time, develop frameworks, build very specialized, hard to copy solutions in the education sector. That yes, when you think of Dr. Toyin, you are going to get value. I have some people on this call, they have bought from us almost 5 times. I will call them to share their testimonials. Now, you want something that is also applicable. You don't want to provide a solution that will be useless. It's not simple enough. It's not, applicable. It's not easy to comprehend. You want to avoid that. So whatever it is you are doing as a consultant, simplify it, break it down. I once listened to watch the video, and it says, if you're an educator and any concept you are communicating, make sure you package it in such a way that a 10-year-old, everybody type 10-year-old because in the comment section, package it in such a way that a 10-year-old will be able to understand, use it, and get the best out of it. They're talking about 10 years. Yes. So please, don't you ever do anything ambiguous. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Les Tutorials. Thank you, Oge. Thank you, Esther. Thank you, Oge. Thank you, Jude. Thank you, Christopher. Do it in such a way that, think about it before you turn that solution out there. How can a 10-year-old benefit from this? Now, let's move on. The next thing is that you want to be rare. Guys, don't do anything ambiguous. Yes, namesake. You want to be rare. You want to make sure that you are offering such an innovative solution, okay, that is the value, your value information should also be scarce. Scarcity increases perception of value. Isokrika, you can find everywhere. My people, there are some tailors that they only sew for premium clients, that they come in, they do their fitting. I'm sure quite a number of us will know about Vicky James. If you don't know about Vicky James, go and Google her. I love following her because I am always inspired by what she's doing in the fashion industry. So I'm always thinking of something rare. How can I provide value that is innovative, that is scarce, such that my perception of value increases in manifold ways? That is always the way I think. And then lastly, for the sharp, something precious. The value of your product must exceed the cost of the product in the minds of your customers. Oh, yes. If there's anything, I will overload you with value. You know, one of the things that we did, number one of the myths that I shared yesterday was that training, the fact that you have trained in school does not automatically make you a consultant. But training is a tool in which you can use to drive home and provide solution. Remember, a lot of times when we even train, we don't diagnose what the problem is. But the way we do training at Coreskills, my mentees, they know. We prepare your scope document. We prepare your, oh God, we do our background research. When we are done with the training, we send in reports, and then there is ongoing evaluation. We don't do touch and go. I don't train my mentees to do touch and go because you just have to be ready. So now let's look at keys to consider before starting. And if you have started, this is a refresher for you. You can go back to see how you can get better at this. Now, if I'm making sense to you on this call, just type in the chat, MS, MS, MS. That simply says, make sense, make sense, make sense. All right. I want to see 10 of. Some people said MS, 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 SSS. Awesome. Awesome. Great, guys. Well done. You're feeling it tonight. I love the energy in the room. Hey, your father. All right. Let's move on. So I'm going to be taking us through. These keys are very, very essential. And I don't just say things that I have not done, right? I do things that I have done by the reason of the things my hands have experienced. And I'm willing and ready to share. Now, the first key, I'm going to be asking us very, very insightful, deep question. The first key you need to know is, who am I? For you to be sharp, you must be able to follow these keys. You must ask the question, who really am I? What are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? What are my opportunities? What are my threats? What can I offer my world? Am I really cut out to do this? What experiences do I have? What can I do differently? What problems can I solve? What is my motivation? Let me tell you, this key one is not a one-off. Type in the comment section if you hear me. It is not a what? One-off. Now, this is the book that I have been chewing on like Chris, like there's no man's business, since January. Okay? Yes, Jude, it is not a one-off question. It's not that I asked that question. I do this virtually every single year. You see this book in my hand, My Dream Map by John C. Maxwell. I am back to this book. Since the beginning of this year, can you imagine Dr. Toyin still going back to say, Dr. Toyin, who really are you? So if I can go back to ask that question, as much as people feel that, oh, she has gone far, she's so prominent, she's so this, she's so that, I came back to my place. That's why you will not, this is like my first outing for the year, which is unlike me, because I had to take my time again to reevaluate who I really am. You know, I evaluated, what have I been doing? Those that are in camp is the, what do we call it now? Camp is the, is called the Coreskills. Oh, okay, some people just joined it. Okay, please help me copy and paste the link. Some people just joined us now. Yeah. In the WhatsApp group. Please, if you're not speaking, kindly mute your mic so that we cannot enjoy this. This session is hot. Let me see. Okay, good. So, amazing. So, yes, thank you. So, like I was saying, it is not a question you ask for. As long as you are living, as long as you are breathing, right, you must be able to do what? Answer that question. which simply is, what exactly is it that I am? What can I offer? Am I cut out to do this? What experiences do I have? What can I do differently? What problems can I solve? What's my motivation? Because if you don't ask this question, you can never be sharp. And you have to always, always ask it over and over and over again. So, everybody, number one, type identity. Key one simply says what? Identity. So, type in the chat identity. Fantastic. I can see you all are following me. Identity is the very, very first question. Yes, Chioma, awesome. I should repeat the title of the John C. Maxwell book. My dream map. It says an interactive companion to put your dream to the test. I'll snap the picture and send it when I'm done. Great. So let's move on. We don't have time. We have plenty keys to unlock this night. We have plenty keys to unlock. Yeah. Plenty keys to unlock. Now, key number 2. You need to be able to say, who are my customers? The customer. That's number 2. Who is my customer? Why will they buy from me and not somebody else? Where are they? Right now, they are on the world stage. For me, by the grace of God, I have clients. We have clients in Canada. We have clients in America. We have clients in Cote d'Ivoire. We have clients in Kenya. We have clients in the Republic of Benin. And, last year we just went global. And this was as a result of consistency. Consistency has been the key, and then why will they buy from me? Where are they? How will they find me? Okay, so everybody type in your chat, where did you find Dr. Toy? Where did you find me? Right? How will they find me? It's a very critical question. What do they need from me? What exactly do they need? Remember, if there's anything that they need something that is specialized, hard to copy, applicable, rare, and precious. Please, every one of us, we must not forget this acronym that is called SHARP. All right, very key. And that's why I just kept going there. Okay, so let's go. Number 3, the competition. Oh, Christopher says, I found out reading. Oh, reading what? Reading about, I found her reading about her on Facebook. Interesting. So yeah, guys, you cannot afford, this is not, you cannot afford to say, I'm shy, my picture is this, and then you will just stay there. You will be there. God forbid that you are just there. Right? The competition. Some people say, competition does not exist. Forget it. Competition exists. But the thing about it is, you see, when you are sharp, the competition will look as though it doesn't exist. Who are the market leaders? What are, why are they the market leaders? What market category exists? What are their strengths, weaknesses, and opportunities and threats? Then how can I leverage on their weaknesses? Yes, the truth is that, hey, Madam Ibukolua, well done. I can see that you are following keenly. You have to be able to identify all these things. So one of the things that I was able to do when I came into the market, yes, though we didn't have so much education consultants then, but I was able to still identify some market leaders. They existed way back then. And what did I do? I leverage on their weaknesses. I look out for their weaknesses. One of their weaknesses were that they weren't approachable. Sorry to say. Yeah. And even for those that were approachable, they were not ready and willing to share. So I made up my mind. I said, you know what? I'm going to be as accessible, as approachable as possible. Yes, it has its downside, but guys, it has really, really paid off. So that is key number 3. Okay, guys, key number 4. Now that I have identified my customers, I have identified, I understand my identity. Now that I have also been able to identify the competition, what do my customers need? So the first question you need to ask there is, what exactly do my customers need? Now, okay, I've identified what they need. What is the next thing that I need to check for? What is absent in our market? You see this thing, there's always a market gap. Please don't go into education consulting like everybody's going. Sit down, look keenly, look closely, carry out your research. You can't want to be an education consultant and you are lazy. It does not go hand in hand. Please, this one that some teachers, they'll be chasing them to do their duties. You can't even try it. Because especially if you are a full-time education consultant, the stakes are high. Those that are education consultants here in the room, they can testify. They can testify. You cough like this. The stakes are so very high for you. So you don't want to toil with, because you are making geometric impact. So you must be able to say, what problems are my customers facing? And what solutions do I have to offer? Okay, so guys, guess what? We have what is called the Education Consultancy Blueprint course. And this course, we've had over 60 people gone through this course. Sincerely, I don't know how to say it, but I know 60 people cannot be wrong. Between 2020 and now, so even if there is anything, please mute your mic. Tony, please, my namesake, please mute your mic. Tony, thank you so much for doing that. Tony, please mute your mic. I can see your mic is still on. Tony Alebiosu, please mute your mic. Thank you so much. So in module 1, so it used to be just one course, but now, I realized that I know so much within 2012, and so that is almost going to 13 plus years. And when I first did the course in 2020, you can imagine that was 5 years ago. So what we did was we revamped the whole thing into 3 levels, such that even those that have done the course before, if they want to come back, they can come back. We just give them a rebate just for administrative charges. But the level 1, we have understanding the educational sectors. Most of us think we understand the education sector. I'm sure when I was mentioning stakeholders, some of us are like, yeah, like seriously, yes. Module 2, under level 1, we still have transitioning from an educator to an education consultant, education consulting skills, conducting educational needs assessment, education consulting process, education consulting models, framework and tool, curriculum design and development for education consultants, education consulting implementation strategies, monitoring and evaluation for education consulting assignments. Then we have comprehensive education consulting report. We are not done, though. So if you go, I have 8 keys to share with you. I've only shared 4. There's still 4 more to go. So yeah, I better stay on the call. Then for level 2, which will likely be starting sometimes in March or April after you have done level 1, creating a business plan and defining your niche, building a consulting business structure, strategy, and system, record keeping for education consultants. Is I see those, they come class. Yes, so proposal writing, negotiating contract for education consulting, recruitment skills for education consultants, providing human resource support, and helping clients secure competent staff. Education consulting for startup schools. So some of us, in fact, module 2, we have 50 hot niches. So there's not how you would tell me that you will do this course, you won't know what niche, you'll be confused. You can't be confused. So you can actually get out of the 50 niches. I was still working on it yesterday, and I was feeling myself. Marketing and client acquisition strategies for attracting and retaining clients. Building a professional brand and online presence. It gets as Dr. Toyin Duan. It gets as you do make I show you the road. They say follow Uno road and hold your transport money. Because if you don't hold your transport money, the person where you follow Uno road will go reach bus stop, leave you for there, enter bus, enter Okada, enter flight, enter train, leave you come out. Project management skills for education consultants now. Level 3, this is where, by the grace of God, I will share level 1. Don't worry. If you're in that WhatsApp group, you will see everything. Level 3 is where you want to begin to. So maybe you're already an established education consultant. Please mute your mic so that we can have a great time. I don't want to waste time having to go check who is talking. Olayemi, Akintola. Yes, Okay, okay, you can come back to class, right? It's highly subsidized for. All right, so so by the time you want to transit, because by the grace of God, we had three major government contracts last year with Abia State, Edo State. Yes, we did. Of course, we started with Lagos, and by the grace of God, by next month, we are also having another consulting job with the TESCOM to train over 300 teachers across Lagos State. So for those that will be joining this new session, this new course, you will if once you are part of it, you will come and do some experiential observation. And even for those that have done the course before, you can still also come if you can make it. Yeah. So for level 3, these are people that are already doing, they are already in education consulting, but they want to now transit into consulting for government. There are ways to go about this thing. What is government consulting? Definition and scope of B2G means business to government, understanding government policy and regulatory framework, navigating regulatory environments in the business to government consulting, understanding government procurement process, understanding public policy and its impact on consulting, managing compliance in government consulting, and managing government relationships with regulatory boundaries. So guys, I'm sure my other mentees are like, hey, this is Jojoro. So yes, we are kicking off the level 1, February 1st to March 31st. It's going to be an 8 weeks intensive course and is 150,000. If you now say, Dr. Toy, it's 100,000 that I have, that one I will not coach you. You will only do the course. But hey, people that I have coached or that I'm coaching, they know the difference is clear more than 7 up. Okay? Then let's move on. For those that will be coming on with the coaching, we have 8 weeks online course, access to the course replay, hands-on support, mentorship and coaching, experiential opportunities, lifetime access to the ECCP training alumni community. There are members already on this call, and they're going to talk very shortly. Regular hangouts, consulting job referral opportunities. People have gotten a lot of, so some people have even made back their money. As long as you are diligent, you have done the course, because I'll be monitoring you like this, like monitoring spirits. And then of course, networking opportunities. Esther says there is plenty difference. So if you say that, then you say, Dr. Toyin, I don't have plenty money now. Maybe when the next cohort is in June, you can buy the ebook for 10,000 and the hard copy book for 15,000. Okay, so we will continue later on, but I want to invite 2 of my mentees on this call. So at this point, I'm going to stop sharing screen. First of all, I'm going to be inviting Ogechi Olumese all the way from Kano. Okay, Ogechi, I'm sure you are on the call. Ogechi Olumese, I'm sure you are on the call.
Good
If you're on the
evening,
call,
Dr.
please unmute your mic. Good evening, my love. Over to you. You have the floor.
Wow.
So how has your experience been like?
Dr. Tony, honestly, I'm just listening and I'm like, three good levels, level 1, level 2, level 3, 4. I'm like, okay, I need to come back and register. Anyways, thank you so much, Ma. It was an amazing experience, for me. I was starting out. I met Dr. Tony in 2021, October, and I knew that I wanted more from my education career. And, I really thank God for how I met Dr. Tony. It was a referral from one of my mentors in ministry that referred me to her. And honestly, since I hadn't even met her, I was in Kano, she was in Lagos, doing everything she was doing from online. I was seeing, I was inspired. I got talking with Dr. Tony. Dr. Tony would always ask me, what's your exit strategy? And I knew that I had to come up with a plan to transition from classroom teaching into education consulting. And Dr. Tony was my bridge. So, Dr. Tony has really been such an inspiration since that time. I did this course January 2023, and it has been from one level of, progress to the next. I learned a lot from the program, proposal writing, social media revamp, all of that. I learned a lot about sales and marketing, branding, report writing, how to just position yourself. Dr. Tony always has a lot. I was looking at the slides and I was like, it's like Dr. Tony has worked on this. This doesn't look like familiar. Dr. Tony is somebody that always keeps moving. She's never stagnant. She always keeps improving, always pushing the bar, always just, excellence is our watchword. She just keeps on going. And it's so inspiring for me to see how Dr. Tony is moving in the education, consulting, and even business and leadership, every other thing that she's doing. So for me, I you to learn as much as you can, because you have you have a truckload of information, of things you can learn. Some are better caught than taught. Just
Yeah,
be somebody that tries to do as much as you can learn. Learn a little, do a little,
absolutely.
keep learning as and then you
Absolutely.
see results that you'll be proud of. Thank you so
And
much, ma.
and let me, okay, she's just being humble. Humble. She's about like the number one consultant, education consultant in Kano as I speak. Go to her timeline. If you want to prove me wrong, go to her timeline. Go and check who she is. Oh my God. She did a program recently. Okay, how much did you charge for that program you did recently?
8,000.
Yes. And you needed to see the
8,000.
room. The room was full. I mean, the room was full. Kano.
Yes, ma'am.
The word is enough for the wise. Okay, thank you so much, Ogechi. And that was
Thank you
2023.
so
And let me,
much.
Ogechi, how many times have you bought from us? Ogechi is still
I
currently.
think I bought from you like four times, or 4 or 5 times. I'm not even quite sure.
Almost 6 times, though, because you are in camp. So camp is the Coreskills Accountability Mentoring Program, and it's a 6-month course. Ogechi, how has that course been? Just give
And I,
them the tip
and
of
I
the
brought
iceberg.
people onto that course. I brought two
I'm
people.
telling you, and it's all like that. So thank you so much, Ogechi. I have another
Thank
Ogechi. There
you.
are plenty in my life. Ogechi, um, Empress, the Empress consultant. I'm sure she's here. Tubiyele. Ogechi Tubiyele, are you here? If you are here, I want you to unmute your mic.
Yes, I am. Good evening, ma'am.
Check. Okay.
Okay. Hey, Dr. Toyi, I've run off street though. Because this is not what we had during our time.
You know now. You know now.
Hey.
You can come back to class. We'll discuss it.
We'll discuss it.
We'll
Oh my
discuss it
God.
on the alumni.
Oh my goodness. I was just looking at the scheme. I was like, this is the scheme. What's going to be the main thing? God. The truth is, we don't need to cap. Like she said earlier, 60 people cannot tell lies. 60 people cannot be wrong. Education, I posted, well, immediately I just saw the advert on her page. I just posted it and I said, Dr. Toyin Samemelu is inarguably one of the best education consultants in Nigeria and Africa as it stands now, because she knows her onions and she does her bit to ensure that she does not leave you where she meets you. And I'm talking both as a mentee and as a past worker in Coreskills. Like, hey, the skills are really cool. It's not more. And if you put it to place, truly, your life will not be the same. It's not just going to affect your work. It's going to affect every area of your life. Like, you will just be a person that plans and not just live the day like that. I promise you that every dime you spend, you are going to get it in double folds. It's not just the getting self. How about the collaboration? How about the outing? How about the experiential learning? Do you understand? So just give it a shot and you'll be glad you did. Well done, ma. More grace.
Amen. Thank you so much, Ogechi. So Ogechi started as a mentee as well. She also got enrolled on the program. She also served. She had worked with us as an in-house staff, before the baby started churning in. And she's doing very well too. So guys, like I said, this is just 2 out of 60 people, and I don't want to take so much of our time to, that's why I just said, okay, just 2 people are enough. But like we said, I can screenshot the alumni group for you so that you will see that we are plenty there. So let's continue with our conversation tonight. So like I said, these are other options that you can try, but we highly recommend that you sign up for the online course and coaching. Is 150,000. And of course, like I said, you can pay in 2 installments. You can start paying now. Some people have actually said that they will start paying this weekend. And I just felt, okay, for those that will start paying this weekend, they can pay 140,000. If you make your first installment payment between tonight and tomorrow, within the next 24 hours, you can pay 140. So that means you can pay 70,000. Okay. The account details will be shared on the group. And I'm also going to give everybody a tips, as in, when I say a taster of what the course, looks like when I was introducing the course once we are done. So let's continue. End of commercials, right? End of commercials. Thanks, people, for staying on. Well done, everybody. So let's look at key 5. For key 5, you want to begin to identify, is there a gap? Can I fill this gap? What services can I render? Is the service enough? What difference will it make? Can I develop products? How do I price my services? Now, when we talk about products in education consulting, it doesn't have to be something tangible. Someone says, I want to be baptized. Baptize you, Dr. Toya. They come class. Toya, begin to come. We can't wait to have you. You can't hear me anymore. Those the payments can, I didn't get this. Those the payments cover for level 1 to 3. No, it's 150 per level. You start with level 1 now. Precious. Okay, good. You can hear me, Mutrayo. You can do level 1, go for 1 year, drink water, come back for level 2. It doesn't cover for level 1 to 3. Let me go back to the slide so that you see it. You see, beginner's level, that's level 1. So this is for level 1. All right. So now I was talking about the fact that product, when we talk about product, it doesn't necessarily have to be tangible. Yes, digital products. It's part of what we're going to be teaching you in the course of the program, because one of the beautiful things about digital products is that you can always fall back on. In December, I was in my husband's village. For those that follow me on social media, I'm sure you saw and while I was there in the remote part of Enugu State, after you reach Enugu town, you still enter 1 hour, 30 minutes transport before you get to my husband's village. In the remotest of the remotes, I was still collecting a lot. Why? Because of digital products, guys. And so it could be intangible. I mean, as long as you can put it together in such a way that people will be willing and ready to exchange money for it. Then how do I price my services? This is a question that we're going to answer for you explicitly, in the course. Now, the next thing is branding. So type in there, your branding has to be tight. So type in tight, if you can hear me, tight. TIGHT. Your branding has to be tight. Like Ogechi said, we don't compromise on excellence. Now, excellence is not perfection. Yeah, tight. It's got to be tight. Thank you, Muturayo. Thank you, Temilola. Thank you, Ogechi. Thank you, Amor. Yes, I've already shared the modules. Okay, the modules for the different levels. So for now, module 1 is the only one that we have launched. Module 2 and module 3 manuscripts are ready, but the videos are not yet ready. All right, precious. Esther, yes, tight. Yes. Ozioma, your branding has to be tight. Jude, tight. Yes. Okay, tight. And we always admonish that you start from level 1. You may feel that you know a lot of things. By the time you join the session, you then discover that what you know was child's play. Okay? So you want to make sure that you start from level 1. Sincerely, to be very factual with you. you don't want to jump the levels. But what I can do is I can, for today, I'll just put level 1 content, but level 2 and 3 we can do later on. Okay, so for your branding, what's my brand identity? Okay, how would I know? Okay, what do I want to be known for? How would I be known? Rather, sorry, that's a typo error. How do I want to be perceived? See, let me tell you, if you don't give the world a perception of who you are, they will form a perception for you on your behalf. I'll repeat. If you are not if you don't intentionally package how you want to be perceived, right? People will package something for you. And oftentimes when they package something for you, something you don't like. Or it's something that will not represent you very well. Do you understand? Now, you also want to ask, what will make me stand out in the midst of the crowd? Then, what is my value proposition, or what is my unique selling point? See, if you don't answer all these questions sincerely, they seem, I think over time, I've come to realize that your ability, the quality of the questions you ask yourself will determine the quality of answers you get, okay? And then the quality of answers that you get will then determine the kind of impact that you make. So it's a 3-part journey, all right? Questions, answers, impact. Yes, Jude. Questions, answers, impact. A lot of us don't do a lot of introspection. We are in a world where everybody wants to arrive all of a sudden. But the way life is designed, the way even people that are into engineering and building, you can't want to build a skyscraper and build a shallow foundation. I'm telling you. I remember recently, Dr. Twain, you walk in the secrets and you shine outside. Yes, because the depth will always show. If you are a deep person, it will show. If you are a shallow person, it's just a matter of time. Especially if you want to position as an education consultant. Why? You always give out. Like I said, today is the 18th day, and in the past 18 days, I have been digging deep. I have been digging deep, not because of anything, but because I need to fortify myself so much more for the year and beyond the year. My journey is far, people. You think you have seen anything? You ain't seen anything yet. Let's move on. Differentiation. What is different about me? Why am I different? What do I do differently? How will I be different? What new thing am I bringing to the market? Right? You see, there is a book called the Blue Ocean Strategy. You need to get that book if you don't have it. I think I used to have the e-copy, I'm not sure. And the Blue Ocean Strategy is a book written by an American, and it was stating precisely that in the market, so in the market means in the business world, right? There are 2 types of ocean. There is the blue ocean and there's the red ocean. Now, the blue ocean is what you should constantly try as much as possible to be in. Why? The red ocean is red because fish eats fish. Shark eats fish. It's a market that is bloody. It's a market that is saturated with high level of competition. Remember our SHARP acronym? I'm sure you still remember, Abi. So this differentiation and SHARP, you need to connect it together because it just will always stand you out. If there's anything that has made Dr. Toyin's brand sustainable, that has made Coreskills out of this world, is differentiation strategy. When I discovered that so many people started doing mentorship, and I was struggling. Our business was struggling to get mentees, and we know what we're called in for. August last year, I just sat down and camp came. Camp, Coreskills Accountability Mentoring Program. Okay, because I have a passion. Yes, the money part is there, fine, but I have a passion. I just wanted to do something that will be different from what every other mentor out there was doing. And by the grace of God, we got 18 people to enroll, 18 whooping people. So what new thing? That was a new thing I just brought to the market January this year, people. And guess what? Already thinking about camp level 2, which is going to be all about investment, how we can help educators to make their money work for them. And that is going to be starting in July. So you want to keep tab. Stay tuned. A lot more is still coming, right? So I'm saying that because in everything that you do, you have to learn to differentiate. Then position. How do I want to be seen? What position do I want to own in people's mind? How will my brand statement convey my position? How will I make my difference obvious? Some of us are different, but we are not making it obvious. We are not, hey, we are lighting a lamp. We are hiding it under bushels. We are hiding a lamp. We are not making it shine. We are not riding on the shoulders of the people that have gone ahead of us. What position do I want to occupy in the mind of my clients? What position? What position? See, nothing is too cheap. Nothing is too expensive. It depends on who is buying, people. Nothing is too cheap. Nothing is too expensive. It depends on who is buying. Yes, tipping economy. Last year was the highest year we had our highest revenue. Be intentional to position yourself in the right community where you will receive the right direction, the right nurturing, you will be able to hear the right things. You'll be able to be tailored in the right way. Follow who no road. It's not by mouth. Yes. Nothing is too cheap, nothing is too expensive or get cheap, depending on who is buying. So position is too critical when it comes to you moving that. So let's look at your marketing plan. Because after all is said and done, my people, yes, impact is good. But impact without compensation is frustration. So you want to be able to ensure that while you are making impact, you are also being well remunerated. See, I've just joined a conference that I'm paying 200,000 naira for. It's one day. It's called the Money Mouth, what did they call them? By Joyce Daniels. One day, I'm paying 200,000. And somebody will now say, Okotoyin is expensive. I've done a 3-day boot camp for 1 million naira. Yeah. Yeah. So you may not be able to do 1 million yet, but this 150 we are talking about. If you can even come and say, Dr. Toyin, I can pay in 3 installments. Let's sign an agreement. My own is I don't want to start chasing after, because my people will call you, and that's when I don't want people to start saying, they were rude, they were doing this. My team will call you. Dude, say show me road though. Thank you, Ogechi Favor. Is even in the economy, you can still position your business for greatness. Yes, impact without compensation is fun. Absolutely. Ensure that while you are making impact, ensure you are making lots of revenue. Absolutely. Yeah. So, guys, let's come back to class. Now, what products do you have? When I say what products do you have, I did not say what products have you created. Have you thought deep down and say, what products can I put together? From my expertise, from my experience, from my exposure, from my, oh God, how competitive is my price? A lot of us don't make research, especially those of us in the education sector. That's one of the reasons why I at some point, I had to break into sub-circles because I needed to expand my mind. Because I was tired of 5,000. I said, like this we go the day, like this we go the day for 5,000. I just changed direction. And those things did not come cheap, people. They did not come cheap. And when you invest heavily in yourself, you gain what is called psychological permission. Type it in the chat room. Psychological permission. You may put there PP. See, some of you have not left the level of the highest training investment you have invested in yourself is 10,000 naira. I don't know who I'm talking to, but you need to break something in your head. You need to break that barrier where you are paying that money like this and your body is shaking. Yeah, psychological permission. You will not leave some levels until you make some kind of investment in life. Well, I wanted to say wallahi, but the wallahi, I would say it. You will not leave. I don't know why my thought is going this way, because I just wanted to do this teaching and go. But I think these words are for some people. You need to break that poverty mindset. Anything more than 5,000, yeah, I'm not doing no. Well, after all, what do they want to teach? See, sometimes I pay through my nose, not because of what I want to go and learn, but not because I want to be in the right cycle. That money making mouth is about how we can charge premium for our speaking engagements. You need to see the women in that group. You need to see the women in that group. People have not seen anything in the education sector. No, I never see. Because me, I never start. So, you want to look how competitive is your price. Well, you cannot have a competitive price if you have not invested in competitive and high premium programs. You cannot. Right? Delay that clothes. Delay share education. By the time you finish the course, you will buy clothes now. You go tired. I'm telling you, the greatest investment you can make in is the one you make in yourself. See, yes, good. Stocks are good. All of these things are good. Real estate is good. But I will tell you for free. Are you getting me? I will tell you for free. The most powerful investment you can make is the one you make in yourself. So let's take a look at this. Your marketing plan, you have to consider, how will my customers find me? Who will buy my services? Where are they? Another question is, how visible am I? How will they reach me? What experiences will they have when they come in contact with me? You know, some of us are not so intentional about the experience. Because it's free seminar now, it's free webinar. So you just do it wishy-washy. Sincerely, this free webinar, if it's this valuable, tell me if you have not begun. If I charge for this webinar, wouldn't you have paid? Tell me the truth, yes or no? The quality of the adverts, the quality of the video. Oh, you thought everything was free? It wasn't free. Oh. The videographer did not come to my house for free. The graphics designer did not do the free. He paid. They were paid. This Canva design, it was not free. Even the little content that I put together here is not free. I'm saying all this because, you know what? Before you can begin to earn, and when I say earn, I mean earn well, earn good stuff. The principle of sowing and reaping still applies, because you want to make sure that you are sustainable. All right, so we come to the end of this conversation tonight. So you can screenshot this. Feel free to reach me. Let's connect on social media and all of that. I'm going to be taking about 4 questions, right, before we call it a night. If you have questions, what is your aha moment? What is your change? What are the changes you want to make? What are your comments? So it's time for us to engage in the chat. And just before I get your message, let me see what we have here. Yes. So Ogedi said, your visibility as an education consultant must be top notch. Absolutely. Jude says, nothing comes free. Yeah. Okay, I think this was where I was asking the question that if this webinar was paid, would you have paid? Almost said yes. And then Ogechi Salome said, I would have paid. Then Ogechi just also told, okay, just typed in, yes, the principle of sowing and reaping still applies. Yes, people, yes. So yes, I've just exceeded 10 minutes. Apologies about that, but I think I got to some level that, you know, I was just so inspired to speak. If you're just joining us, you want to watch the replay, it's going to be available on the group. We're going to share it on all our social media and so be on the but there is nothing as powerful as being in the room when things like this is going on. Yes, so Salome says, honestly, true. We who no go no who no go no follow who no road. Yeah, I almost said I discovered depth is important, very key. Salome says, show me road, I beg. Okay, let's come on to the other side. Yes, Jude said it is allowed. Question, good. Let me stop sharing my screen so that you can see my face and then, Yorubas will say the talk is in the face. Okay, I don't know how true that is. So I'm going to pin my screen so that you can see me clearly also. So the first question is from Sylvester. It's a question. Consultants are professionals, fault finders. How true is that, ma? Okay, consultants are professional fault finders. How true is that, ma? So this is where the place of you be. We are not professional fault finders, interestingly. You will never go to the hospital and argue with a doctor and say that the doctor is a professional fault finder for your health. You know that if you don't listen to the doctor, you're at risk of dying. So always wear the fact that we are, very powerful, especially when you know your onions. And that's why I'm always I'm always in awe when I work with my clients, because I know that any little thing I say, any little thing I do impacts geometrically on the school. So saying that we are professional fault finder, that means this person is a quack professional, is a quack education consultant. We have quack medical doctors. So in fact, this is my first time I'm saying it. So if you go to a school and all you are doing is you're pointing to them, you're not doing this way. Number one, you have already eroded. They will frustrate you, eh? So the place of emotional intelligence comes to play here. Now, number one, when you go into a school, the first thing you must do, even before you diagnose, is to identify what they are doing well and commend them. It's just like you are in a marriage and all you are doing to your spouse is escalating their weaknesses. It's a matter of time that marriage will fail. So we are in no way professional fault finders. A professional education consultant is someone that has identified a problem. So you don't even need to argue with them. So sometimes they will tell you, this is our problem. Accept it. You must learn to agree to disagree. You must learn to embrace. By the way, you can't love their school more than they love you too. You can't also immediately know all the problems in their school like they know it. They are the one that know where the thing is biting them before they called you. So you want to be sure that you are going in there with a positive mindset. You know you are going to transform that school. So it's like every pint of your blood depends on it, because it really does. Right? So you are going in there with the perspective of, I am a solution provider. Even the way when you even identify the problem, that is where your communication skills. So we have a whole module in module 1 about essential education consulting skills. That is where your communication skills must be top notch. Oftentimes, it's not what you say that is problem. It is how you say what you say. So the 4 major areas of communication: writing, reading, writing, listening, and speaking. Please, if you have not paid attention to that, and a lot of us, we go to schools, we open our mouth, we start talking. You have started giving value for free. There's something called the briefing stage. My people, they know. The first time you get into a school, you don't say anything. You only ask questions. And that is where the diagnosis comes in. Briefing stage, Ogechi. Hey, correct. You will know. Yeah, I don't teach. I don't ask questions. Now, there are questions that you have to learn how to ask. That one is in the curriculum already for the main program. There are specific questions you have to ask. There's something called the 4 Ps. They are the code. You don't go there and start talking. No matter how pressed you feel, just ask questions, write it down. Their answers, remember what I said, the quality of questions will determine the quality of answers, and the quality of answers will determine the quality of impact. So you write down the questions, if possible, and then you will tell them, we will get back to you. Now we'll get back to you. You go back and sit down with all those questions that you have asked, the responses they have given you. You will sit down and think about it. What is it going to cost me? Return on expectations, return on investment, return on time, return on money, return on resources. Then you will sit down and prepare what is called your scope documents. Don't ask me what scope documents is. So come on, come to class. So everything I just shared with you is just scratching the surface. So I hope I've been able to answer that question, Sylvester. Yeah. So Twain says, it's truly a nice session. I'm just about to start this journey properly. I look forward to a life-changing experience in class. Absolutely, Tony, it will be a pleasure to have you. Okay, Ogechi, thank you for scribing. Yeah. Any other questions? Any other questions? I don't want us to be too late. Max 8:30. We should be out of here. Comments, questions, aha moments. You know, what is that thing that you would want to learn from me? My one-on-one coaching session is now 50,000 per hour. So enjoy yourself like this. Enjoy yourself. Ask me questions. I'm willing and ready to answer you on this call. Once we are done, you call me, you pay. Right? Because I didn't get all this knowledge. I didn't get them for free. You saw all my Z-beans to have a doctorate from United States of America and have other certifications from the UK. It's not. It's a lot of money, people. So ask your questions. What are your comments? Okay. Any other question? Any other comments? Aha moments. What is that one thing that you have learned? Yeah. Salome says, thank you for all of these. I'm honored to learn from you. Feel free to ask your questions now because we'll be signing out shortly. So tell me one thing you learned from tonight's session that you're taking away. Quickly, since there are no more questions. Okay, so what is that one thing you're taking away? That's your exit ticket. Once you have typed in the comments, you can leave. Like I said, the replay will be shared. And definitely for those of us that will be taking it a notch higher. By the way, we have just 10 slots. And some people have already booked for their sessions already. We have people from different parts of the world, right? Christopher says, I will never remain the same. Is that what you learned from the session? See, baptism. Oh my God, Christopher, please, you got me cracked up. Mataya Oluwakemi, yeah, thanks for the emoji. Yeah, what's your takeaway? What's that one thing you are taking away? Is it sharp? You know, what's that one thing you're taking away? Is it the differentiation? Hey, okay. Salome says she's taking away follow wood no road. That's the way. You know, go lost. Hold your transport money, shall. All right, what's your takeaway? What's your takeaway as we sign out? Okay, good. Yes, thank you so much. Jude says investment in oneself is the greatest investment you can make. Absolutely. Blessing says ask yourself deep questions. Yeah, ask yourself deep questions. The quality of questions determines the quality of answers you get. And the quality of answers you get determines the quality of impact you make. Sylvester says sharp. Yes. So what does sharp means? You must be able to provide specialized. What else? Hard to copy. What else? specialized hard to copy. You must be able to put together something that, okay, I think there's a question now. Okay, you must be able to make sure that whatever you're providing is applicable. It must be rare and it must be precious. Well done, Sylvester. Okay, Christopher almost says, Ma, I learned that debt is important. Yes, we all need debt. Awesome. Owolabi says, nothing is too expensive. It depends on who is buying, actually. Okay, Ozioma says, consulting job is not for the weak. It's not to. If you really want to do it well, as I said, just like we have quack doctors, we have quack education consultants. You don't want to be one. All right. Okay. Okay, Jifebo. Okay, Jifebo, your eyes said you need to learn how to transact business to government. Yes, it's a very powerful skill. Okay, Omawumi says, I'm a public school teacher. I have never taught in a private or international school. I feel I still have a lot to learn before transitioning into educational consultancy. What is your advice for me, ma'am? Not exactly. Once you have done like 5 good years and you have been consistent, you have been developing, you have been growing, there is never a time for you to be too prepared. And the fact that you have not taught in a private school, in fact, I do tell people that the real MPVs are teachers in the government, okay? Because I've had opportunity to work closely with government school teachers, and the challenges you face are very, very unique in its own way, and there is a whole lot that needs to be done in that space. So you don't necessarily have to teach in a private or international school before you can start your education consulting practice. You just need to be in the right community. And we would love to welcome you at the Education Consultancy Certification Program alumni community once you are done with your consulting program. Okay. So yes, following relevant procedures, very key. Almost says that I learned that if I don't intentionally package what I represent, people will package something else for me. Yes, so you are a solution provider, absolutely. Oluwatoyin say, thank you so much for this, ma'am. Yeah, Temilade says your greatest investment is the investment in yourself. Yeah, thank you. Muturaya says, sharp. The first thing to do when you get to the consulting field is to ask questions, then go back. Yes. Some of us will just open our mouths. Okay, I will charge you. Do you know that 90% of the time you undercharge because you have not really given thought to it? Nobody is putting you under pressure to tell them how much they should pay you at that minute. You are the one that just thought because you don't know. Because you did not know. Right? So, and then when you tell them that we will get back to you, is that not what they tell you when they interview you for jobs? It's the same statement. We will get back to you. It is that simple. Can I pay? I end as I end my. It might be more than 2 times. Okay, let's get to talk. Let's get to talk. Moturayo, I learned a lot and I really want to learn more. Thank you for this session. Yeah, so thank you everybody. It's exactly, you will not leave me. You will not leave a level until you make some investment in yourself. Yes, thank you so much for the webinar. Okay, so thank you everyone, and it's such a pleasure. Like I said, once the replay is ready, we'll share it on the group. Share it with as many of your friends, share it with as many of your colleagues. I mean, you got this session for free, so it will be hosted on our YouTube channel. Remember to like, subscribe, share the video, let it spread wide, let everybody to know. I mean, the more the merrier. How many schools can Dr. Toyi consult for? That was one of the things that made me come up with, this program and also share, because I mean, the more we are, okay, so, oh yeah. So Eti Bukolua is already a consultant and she learns about the scope documents. Amazing. All right, guys. So you may want to unmute your mic and say good night to everybody. Thank you so much for being a part of this. So you can unmute your mic.